Hello guys, fellow traders, it's Adrian Jones here. I'm the CEO at Tradeology and I want to thank you for joining me today. Today I'm going to give you a short forecast for the week ahead on Forex, cryptocurrencies, and we're going to have a look at some gold and silver in between. So this is going to be an interesting week coming ahead. Let me start off by sharing what we can look forward to during the course of the week as far as news events are concerned. And start by doing that. So this week, I've highlighted here all the high impact news events that are taking place. I'm using this site here, although you could make use of any site that has these on them. And what I've done is just filtered through just the high impact news releases. So we can see here today, when I'm making this recording on Monday, the 15th March, there are no high impact news releases set for today. However, on Tuesday, we do see two news events that will impact the USD pairs, and that's the core retail sales that are coming out on Tuesday, as well as retail sales. And then on Wednesday, that will affect the Canadian dollar, CPI data, and another bigger news event that everyone's looking out for, and that is the FOMC's economic projections and statement, as well as press conference that are going to take place on Wednesday. We also have some data that will affect the New Zealand dollar and some that will affect the Australian dollar, with the unemployment or employment change and unemployment rate coming out later in the day on Wednesday. Then on Thursday, that will affect the pound pairs, and that's the MPC official bank rate votes, monetary policy summary, and official bank rate data that's going to come out, or news that's going to come out on these days. So just to remind you that my suggestion is for at least 30 minutes before and 30 minutes after the timing of these new news releases to avoid trading these pairs or pairs correlated with these countries at any stage during the course of Tuesday through to Thursday. Of course, we could have other non-scheduled news coming out as usual, but these are for certain news events that we will be looking forward to during the course of the week. And I'll go into how some of these will affect various currencies in just a moment. So in order to do that, let's then open up our chart, and I'll start with the pound USD. I'm on a daily chart here at the moment, and you can see here previously, if you've been following along my analysis over the weeks, I had set up this channel, and price does or has followed through on this channel. It was at the lower end, it dropped back again. The pound pulled back against the dollar towards the latter part of last week and is currently sitting at this particular level here. Now, at the moment of recording this, it's at 1.39 to the dollar. And what I do expect to happen during the course of this week is that we're going to see, as we mentioned, the FOMC statements coming out on Wednesday. Now, what we see happening in the US at the moment is that the vaccine rollout is continuing. We have the stimulus plans that were approved last week and that are imminent, and that will bring a lot of liquidity into the market. The bond yields, we are looking at the bond yields as potentially going higher, the treasury yields. And so in total, what we're going to foresee for the dollar in total is that after Wednesday, we could see the dollar strengthening quite a bit from Wednesday through to the end of the week. And what that means is that pairs affected, such as the pound USD, could see a drop after Wednesday. Now, as far as the pound is concerned, in the UK, we know that the vaccine rollout is going well. They have announced recently that the lockdown measures will be less restrictive as they go into their spring. And there are some other key news events coming out during the course of this week, which are predicted to be favorable for the pound. So what we could see is that pound could continue on a slightly bullish trajectory, at least until Wednesday, when I expect that it could pull back a bit before continuing higher. And what I'm expecting is that it will move towards the 1.40 level over the course of the next few days. Could retrace back slightly, but it's still on an overall upward trajectory. So Monday, Tuesday, slightly higher. Wednesday, retracement before Thursday, Friday, potentially going higher towards the 1.40 level there. I can see from my indicators currently at the time of making this that they are bullish overall at the moment. And so we're going to wait to see what happens there. So overall, I'm going to be looking out for bullish trades on the higher time or lower time frame, for the next day or two. Then from Wednesday, some bearish outlook, and then potentially towards the end of the week, Thursday, Friday, bullish again on that. Now the euro, we can see that the euro has been following a downward trajectory for the last few months, and currently is sitting at 1.19 to the dollar. So this is the euro USD daily chart. And my indicators are projecting at the moment that it is going to remain bearish for the next while. Now, again, similarly, towards the middle part of the week, I do expect that it will weaken further. For now, it's basically neutral. I'm regarding it as being in neutral territory. And if it does move to the upside, we could look at it towards going to the 1.20 level, and towards the downside, towards the 1.18 level. So over the next couple of days, and we can see everything here is bearish on my projections here. Now you could be using some other systems, and I'm just using one that many of you are familiar with. But we're looking towards not really much happening between Monday, Tuesday. On Wednesday, it weakening and perhaps gaining a bit more strength towards Thursday, Friday, but overall pretty neutral. So I'll be looking out in majority for sell or bearish trades for the next day or two on the euro. So Australian dollar, we can see the Australian dollar gained a lot of strength recently and fell off, and is now towards the upper end of the projections that I had put in place for it towards the latter part of last week, which is at the 0.78 level to the dollar. This is the Australian dollar versus the US dollar daily chart. And currently it's at 0.77. So I do expect that it will see an increase over the next few days. The Australian news that is going to come out later in the week, I think, will be favorable to the Australian dollar. But again, we're looking at the news coming out to the US on Wednesday. So I'm going to remain bullish. I'm going to remain bullish on the Aussie dollar until Wednesday, at which time I think it'll retrace slightly and then head back towards the latter part of the week, back upwards towards the 0.78 level. So overall, I'm bullish on the USD, except for Wednesday, where we could see a retracement, and then again Thursday, Friday, where we could see it heading up again. So if it does, for whatever reason, head downwards, I'd be looking at the 0.75 level there. Overall, though, I'm expecting it to reach the 0.78 level over the next few days. So outlook again, bullish. Monday, Tuesday on the lower time frames, I'll be looking out for more buy trades, and towards Wednesday, more sell trades in the latter part of the day, and then back towards looking bullish Thursday, Friday. Now, when we have a look at gold, you can see that gold has regained some of its luster over the last few days. However, I do see this as just temporary, and again, towards Wednesday, it's going to lose, in my forecast, is that it's going to start losing more momentum towards Wednesday. And currently the price is at $1,729. I'm on the gold USD daily charts at the moment. I do see that it's tracing back towards this level here at roughly $1,700. So we're going to see a retracement happening there. The current outlook, as far as this chart is concerned, is bearish overall, and I do see that playing out further. There was a retracement. It's going to snap back a little bit now, and head towards that $1,700 level. So I'm bearish on the lower time frames, at least for the next few days, and I think for the rest of the week after Wednesday, we could see it falling further. Now for silver has also moved back up towards this level I set last week for you, and you can see it's just ranging around the $25.89 level. This is a daily chart again, silver USD, and I expect that it will remain around this level for the next couple of days and retrace slightly towards the 25.44 level on Wednesday before regaining some strength again back towards the 25.9 level there. Currently, the outlook is bearish according to these indicators. And so overall, I'll be looking only for bearish trades really on this pair for the rest of the week on the lower time frames. I do expect it will drop. It will regain some of its strength, and then it will just range for the latter part of the week, unless some unforeseen news events come out. Now, let's have a look and see what has happened with Bitcoin over the last while. Now, over the weekend, and we know that a lot of the retail traders do tend to trade over the weekend on Bitcoin and some of the other currencies. And what we can see here is that at some point over the weekend, it hit over $60,000 level for the first time. In fact, it was up there to $60,541 at one point. And this was caused by many things, one of which is a company known as MicroStrategy putting in quite a substantial investment into Bitcoin. We also still have PayPal looking to also engage with cryptocurrencies. They haven't said specifically Bitcoin, but overall that's been good for Bitcoin. And what we've seen this morning is a drop-off, or earlier today, from that high at over $60,000 down to $54,000. And this is all within the course of the day. So, of course, we know that this is extremely volatile. But overall, the fact that it did breach that $60,000 level signifies to me that most of these big market players that are coming in now, that people are looking at investing from hedge funds and so on, are willing to buy into Bitcoin at a high price, a relatively high price compared to what it's traditionally, historically been. So if they are willing to do that, it sets up more confidence for other investors to do the same. What I think we've seen today is a bit of profit taking. However, we can see that it's been moving up again over the last short while. And I do see it heading back to the $60,000 level towards Wednesday. Now, if it breaches that level, which it could well do, we could be looking up to $62,000 by the weekend. So overall, I'm looking very bullish on Bitcoin at the moment, and will remain so for the next few days, at least until the weekend. And pending or subject to any other unforeseen news events or tweets or so on coming out, we do foresee that it will continue on that upward trajectory. Remember, it is a very volatile asset class, and most of the other pairs, whether it be Ethereum or Ripple, will likely also follow suit with the Bitcoin. So I'm looking overall bullish for the next few days. It was bearish earlier today, bullish for the rest of the week. I think it's hit a low point and it's going to continue upwards from here. I think the support level there is at the $55,000 level, and then it'll gradually go through to each of the different levels, round number levels at $55,000, $56,000, $57,000, $58,000, $59,000, and then $60,000. You'll find some resistance there, and if it does break through that, you could hit towards $62,000 towards the weekend. So currently it's at $56,296 at the time of my recording here, and obviously it's breached the $56,000 level. It's heading back upwards. We've seen it lose over 7% on the day, but keep a lookout for bullish trades for the rest of the week on this. And that's my short analysis for today. I hope it helps, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.